none of you, or should I say neither you at the Barbados Union of Teachers, or any union in Barbados can be held responsible for the breakdown of trust between the governed and the government. However, you can rest assured that you will be held responsible for the breakdown of trust between yourselves and your membership, which is equally apparent. I'm inclined to think that many of your members were quite frankly appalled when the government, in campaign mode, promised not to send home a single of your colleagues in the public service, and then in the space of the year, communicated the decision to send home 3,000 such workers in the full gaze of all public sector unions. This announcement preceded a carnival of embarrassing events, the likes of which I hope we will never see again in this country, with one union leader suggesting that he understood why government needed to go this route, and another one agreeing to hold off action before receiving a mythical list which is yet to materialize. In fairness, I do not think the Barbados Union of Teachers was either directly involved in this ridiculous affair, but you can appreciate the extent to which you will now be tarred with the same brush, since you are merely a different variety of trade union. So let me put the point simply and ask, how do you expect a young worker to have confidence in an organization that does not rush to the defense and hold a government to its word in a situation like this? Sadly, in many of your efforts to remain apolitical and socially responsible, you have abandoned your members at a time when they need you most, and this for me is an unforgivable sin. There are of course others who can and will forgive you, but you have to work to regain their trust. And I think that this is an effort which you will need to recommit yourself to in the years to come. That is, if trade unionism in Barbados is to recover from this low point. When I listened to several of the comments earlier by President Shepherd, I was reminded of an old adage that said, monkeys know which tree to climb. And I think this is something that you have to reflect on as you think about part of the reason why some unions are oppressed and others are respected. Some trade unionists are ridiculed and called youthful and too exuberant, and others are revered. Monkey knows which tree to climb. Before I move to my next point, I want to say for the record, in case you do not already know, that you have a friend in Peter Wickham. I'm familiar with the challenges that you face. I'm familiar with the battles that you fight on behalf of your members. My voice may not be mighty. I may not know a lot of cricket analogies. I may not speak as well as your president, but it might be comforting to know that there is one Barbadian out there who understands why you need to move swiftly to put out every single industrial relations fire that erupts from this point onward, simply because you are being watched and you are being judged by members and potential members. If you are going to reverse the situation, you will have to move swiftly in that regard.